Welcome to Cup. I might have. Oh, let me try that again. The problem with going live is you can't edit. Welcome to QueAquatics and Exotics. My name's Suzy, and I feel like a hot mess, but I wanted to have my coffee with Q and talk about a few things. I'm just putting my stool down. I've been up since 5 o'clock. This is not my first cup of coffee. This is my first pot of coffee, but I'm on my phone, so I'm going to try real hard to get it steady. Steady. Look at that. There's an actual lamp in the reptile enclosure. See that? For now, I'm still working. Whew. Good morning. Let me grab my cup of coffee. This is one of the cups I made just for today. And I selfishly made it for myself. 28 years, clean and sober, man. Who would have thought? Not me. But today I want to talk a little bit about the reptile room, updating the reptile room, knowing like we're going to be starting a reptile show soon. I think it's starting in July. I know it's starting in July. And I'm so stoked. We got some amazing guests. I gotta breathe. I missed my Sunday Night Live. I was having, a big old pity party for me. Nobody showed because who wants to go to a pity party, right? Please. I'm over it. I'm so over it. Wah, wah, call the ambulance. So, this is what I am building, this reptile world. This is my reptile world. Let's see if we can take a look at these little guys first before we get into the room. I don't know if you can see these. I'm going to try to move the light. I don't think they'll be spooked because they're just little. They got a flower pot full of water. Okay. Look at these beauties. They're just little babies. They're not related. They came, look at how dirty this is. That's because this is not their enclosure. This is a temporary enclosure. I will be building their enclosure out of this one up here. Or this one. I'm not sure. Spaghetti Nona. Aren't they adorable? I need names for these guys. Hello, beauties. Hi. I definitely need names. The oldest one that's not here, the one I've had for 4 years, Mushu, is already 3 foot, so they will not be in the same enclosure. But I am going to try a small community with these guys in a larger enclosure. But I think I might actually put them in here. Let me turn on these. Learning how to glass doors has been a real eye-opening world on my morning bunny, morning hippie. So this is going to be the 20-gallon. I'll be setting up the 20-gallon today. That's for the Chinese water dragon. And I will be trying to make these shelves not look so much like wood. Yeah. But what a hot mess. This is my special needs leopard gecko. Let's see if she'll come out. She won't come out. But maybe I'll be able to get her. Here she is. Good morning, Fishion. The fish, it's actually a fish store gave her to me because she had metabolic bone disease and her hands were crippled over, and I've gotten her nice and healthy and fattened, but she is misshapen, I guess. Her, are hardened the way they were. Right now, these are just crickets. These are just crickets. There's the baby cherry head. No, redfoot. It's not going to open. See how these sliding glass doors are not opening? Wet socks. I think I'm going to have to sand down the outside glass. I think it's getting caught in the plastic. I tried to find the metal ones that Greg was talking about. This one I made myself out of wood. It's not so bad. Let's see who's up here. Azure. Where's Azure? Azure, which is one of my blue tongue skinks, has been exploring this because not only do we have 2 layers here, it goes in the back. We got another level up here, and then we get dirt to dig in. Lots of space for him. Her. Yeah. And this is going to be, this actual enclosure is not for that tortoise, but this enclosure is going to be Sapphire, my other blue tongue skink. Yeah, I think it's coming along quite swimmingly, even though there's no swimmers in here. Well, these guys kind of swim. Oh, your pea puffer tank's done. I can't wait to see it. My granddaughter and I cleaned out all these tortoise enclosures since they're outside. And what I'll be doing is putting up, this is a 7.5-inch wood so they can't see out. And the top part will be that grate. It's just like those cheap, college kid shelves. And I'll hang them on top so they can't get out, or I should say, well, they can't get out, but cat can't get in. And I'll wrap that all around the reptile room. And that window, which is just so silly. I thought I'd be able to use that instead of a sliding glass door, but the skill set that I have, I was sadly mistaken. Look at that mess. Oh my God, my whole fish room's a mess. But that's okay. That's okay. My fish are happy. It's just a mess, and we'll be walking into the fish room in a minute. I just wanted to sit and have my coffee and see how everybody was doing. Oh, because I really missed my Sunday night. Just wasn't. So by accident, I got too many crickets in that 20 long. There are no animals in with it. It's just the 20 long and crickets. I'm trying to figure out now, how do I get those crickets out of there? I'm going to probably have to pull it out. Whoop. You went sideways and catch it one by one by one. Oh yeah, who doesn't love a pea puffer tank, right? They are all the more just puffers, like all the big puffers. They're just little bodied. And these guys are just so stinking cute. This is the first time that they were near each other. Up to now, they've been keeping their distance. Aren't they adorable? So I do need names. I don't think there's anywhere to tell if it's a boy or girl. Hello, Bobbies. Not yet, anyway. But my other one's a boy. Your fish room is a mess. Join the club. Right? That's funny. Yesterday, my mom suggested I move my bed and throw up some tank wrecks. Oh, I like that. I like that idea. Let me tell you, when I started off in my bedroom, which I think a lot of us do, and and then I kind of put like one little thing here, one here, one here, and then I actually put up a rack. My bedroom looked amazing. I was surrounded by the sounds and sights of all these beautiful fish and aquariums and water splashing. I was in heaven. I loved it. But then I set up another rack. Now it started looking like, oh, you got a fish. Is this your bed in here? And then I decided to put up a rack in the basement. It was pretty tough because when you got half your fish upstairs, some in this bedroom, spread all out, makes it a lot harder for me. I love mine so much. Yeah, the puffers are so cool. I should go out and look at my puffers. I don't know if I could get to that tank. I'm telling you, this is a big hot mess. You guys want to see the fish room? No judging. No judging. So first we're going to start off going down the hall. And I'm going to turn this camera around because these fish are beautiful. So these are the jewels. Look how beautiful. Yeah, bedroom and bathroom. Yep. Look how this, hopefully you can, it's showing the colors of these fins. These guys are going to get deeper red with blue finnage, and they're pretty, I say not nice, but they're not nasty like the other jewels. Oh, absolutely in love. So this is this bizarrely weird, like 15-gallon tall. It's just a weird sized tank. Here are my prize, what I love, my prize angelfish that I got from Donnie at NY Gold. What happened to her fin? Somebody attacked her. Look at that. Sons of bitches. Oh, did I curse? Look at the blue. Look how beautiful. Come over here. It better not be those tetras. No, because all these fins look good. Good. I might remove those two angels that seem to have stunted fins on the top because I think somebody nipped them. And it may have been these beauties. And not the rainbows. The Congo Tetras. Aren't they? These are for, good morning, Jess. These are from Donnie at NY Gold. He's got some amazing angelfish and goldfish. Oh my gosh, absolutely beautiful. I love this tank. It's not really aquascaped, it's just stuff in there growing. I call it the jungle look, and guess what? I like that. Now coming into this messy, messy fish. Whew, the CO2 on it, and I still like the way it's coming in. Look at all these baby plants, or are they daughter plants? Look at those valves. I am going to be taking them out and putting them in other tanks. Good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Nano. Some of my favorite are these crypts. Well, my bulbitis is my favorite. See it back there? And that, let's see if I can see it without the light glare. Oh, we got some. And we got our. I got to get closer to the Wi-Fi. Sorry, guys. Did it come back? I'll wait and see. So this room is almost done. Hopefully I came back. I'm so sick of my internet. So either it's my I use my Ethernet. You're back, good. And that I freeze on all the time. So this time I decided, let me use my Wi-Fi and see what happens. Well, I am outside cutting wood today. So I'll be cutting wood because I was getting all these bottom tortoise enclosures done. 2 more sliding glass doors and then just the interior stuff. But I am, once this room is done, then I can work on getting all those reptiles out of the upstairs reptile room. I'm going to strip that whole room, gut it, paint it, and that's going to be John's in my bedroom with no reptiles in it for him, his request. No reptiles in it, no fish tanks in it, no plants in it, but of course it will have his TV in it, so that's okay. It's a compromise. It's one room, right? I'm looking for racks. Any brand or size suggestion? Yes, I do. I have a size suggestion to not get for 40-gallon breeders. Did a whole video on them. 40-gallon racks for under $100. They have worked amazing. Don't get me wrong. They're sturdy. They may have changed the size of the 40-gallon breeder, but it's just such a snug fit. You actually put the bottom tank in, then put the next layer on, the shelving, and then that next rack. So if you wanted to raise up the top one, you have to tear down the whole rack. Or if you want to do something, you have to tear down the whole rack. So right now, that's what I'm struggling with, and I'm telling myself I'll never use them again. But to be honest, they have worked for, 3 years now, my wall of 40-gallon breeders, and I love them. But those racks, even though they're under $100, needs modification. So this is my 40-gallon rack. It goes down here. So some of the modifications I needed was the MSD board I had to swap out. So I would say if you're going to get a rack and not build one, I would get one that has a metal bottom, and then you can always put plywood and cover it with marine wrap. But name brand wise, to me, they're all the same. Because if you get one and it's got the MFB, it's not really wood, it's like pressed wood pieces. Hey, Michelle. Oh, look at my polar blue parrotfish. I'm going to hold here for a minute and show what I did. Yeah, and basically because if it gets wet, it turns to sponge. People swap it out for plywood and then cover it in marine wrap. It's just a lot easier if you get the shelving unit that has metal racks, and then you can put something on it. So if something goes wrong with the wood, you know you're built it on sturdy. But now that I've watched KG Tropicals, let's see, John from KG Tropicals and Joey DIY, I watched those two. I mean, there's tons of videos out there how to make them. Using those two, they are the sturdiest. Yes, the steel shelving is perfect. The sturdiest racks ever, and then you can build it. I think there is somebody's selling a rack. Do you remember the homemade racks Rachel has? She sold them a couple years back that her husband had made with a 75 on the bottom, 40 gallon on the top, welded together, solid as can be. I think somebody is selling that because they might be rearranging their fish room. So in case you're looking for something like that, let me know. I'll hook you up. But they're the ones that her ex-husband had made. I didn't like the MFD. No, not at all. Let me tell you, it was a nightmare. It was all right for the 40-gallon breeders because that's actually sitting on the metal. But I used them for my 20 longs lengthwise, and it was a nightmare. I had to take down the whole shelf. I was so upset. It was just a big nightmare. Who Bob? Who Bob? What am I missing? Live chat. Taylor's Aquatics and Exotics. Good morning, Bob. I didn't see you come in. I'm so sorry. I'm on my phone. As you know, I very rarely ever go on my phone. But I am on my phone. And I'm trying to stay in rooms that have Wi-Fi connection because I'm on my phone. So in here, I started off in the reptile room, and you got to see these cuties. Check out these two cuties. They definitely need names. I'm going to try to keep them as community family. I am not putting them in with Mushu. That's just my opinion, Bunny. That's just my opinion. You know, that's I've had a lot of racks, and they're not bad. You can utilize them with some customizations, but for me, I'll never get anything if I'm not hand making one out of 2x4s and 2x6s. I'm going to get them the steel shelves and then add plywood on top, covered in marine vinyl. So the marine vinyl, I got that suggestion from Elizabeth, One Fish, Two Fish, ROC. And she made the cement block rack, which is also quite sturdy, easy to make. If you can pick up, how much are those cinder blocks? Like 18 pounds, 12 pounds. So that was the hardest part for me, is picking up the cinder blocks and bringing them down into my basement, because I had to bring down, I think, 16. And for someone my size, my height, and my out of shapeness, it was hard. That was the hardest part. Building those racks were so easy. Oh my gosh. And if you're going to have heavier tanks, I think I'm sideways. Am I crooked? Does anybody care that I'm crooked? I'm crooked my whole life. I don't care I'm crooked. But I keep adjusting it, so I guess I care. Okay. I forget whatever I was struggling with my whole life. Who cares? I'm drinking my coffee. Like I said, I was up at 5 o'clock. My day starts off amazing. It's still amazing. You know, I let the chickens out. Couldn't find Peanut. That's my one sulcata, who has decided to bury himself. Bury himself under the pond. So it started off, it was so adorable. It was like 4 inches deep. All you saw was, you know, her shell. And then, I keep saying her, him, I don't know. And then she dug a little deeper. Now she's like 8 inches in. So with a flashlight, I could see she's in there. So this morning I looked and I didn't see her. So of course, All Points Bulletin went out. I'm searching my yard because I've got enclosure. And then on top of that, I got another gate. And then on top of that, I got another gate farther out. So she's got to be in one of them. Kept going. I ran and got John's flashlight. Came out and she was in her hole, but she's dug it even deeper. She is digging a hole under, sooner or later she won't be able to dig under the pond. I don't believe at 4 years old she could dig through the pond. I don't think so, because she would have to go through the claw. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. But sulcatas, as they get older, but that's their natural, is to burrow. So she's made her own burrow under my pond. So I just make sure she's in there. She didn't want to sleep with Jelly. Jelly, they have their beautiful enclosure that's got, Jelly puts herself to bed every night. You know, she goes right into their enclosure filled with hay. It's totally dry, safe from animals. I come and lock up the door at night first thing and then open it. But anyway, so that was my morning. Then I was relieved. Opened the chickens, fed the rabbit, and the chickens are living beautifully together in their run and their coop, and which I was a little worried about because the rabbit's bigger than the chickens. They're fine. Oh my gosh. I think the rabbit, because they like companionship, is just perfectly fine with those chickens because they're silky chickens. They're just little. And then I start picking leaves off of my own homegrown lettuce plants, giving them to all my tortoises, dicking them. I'm so mature. Dipping them in the pond and giving them to all my tortoises, and they got the red root floaters all over them, duckweed on them. Tortoises, they just eat them all up. I plucked off hibiscus flowers. I'm telling you, I felt like Cinderella out in the forest, picking things and throwing them to the animals, and I was putting the wild bird food out. I was just, you know, like going all over, washing down the duck deck. The duck deck now, I do need to make a modification to that. Somehow or another on the end of it, I got to make some kind of maybe foldable ramp so it can come down so they can come out to the yard on their own, so I don't have to pick them up, take them out, you know. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So I took care of all those animals and decided to finish up this work. I'm going to finish up this room. Hopefully I'll finish it up today. I say that, I won't finish it up. I'll work on it. How's that? I'll work on it today. But I definitely did not want to miss my live. Not only to share my two beauties over here. That one I've had for probably 5 weeks. And the other one, I would say 2 weeks. But I just put them in the same enclosure because I was cleaning something out, and I've been sitting here watching them. I was like, let me go live. And look at, they just found each other. They're doing fine. They got this flower pot box in there filled with water. Oh my gosh, Mushu scared the dooty out of me. Now she's my Chinese water dragon. That's over, the tail's over 3 foot. Like, she's just huge. She's like coming up on the size of an iguana. And the kitten got in the reptile room upstairs, which I wasn't too worried about because you can't really get inside any enclosures. But then I couldn't find Mushu. And I'm like, what? So and he's got a 20-gallon aquarium also. And I found him on the bottom of the aquarium, and he looked like he was dead. My heart dropped. Oh my God, I opened up his enclosure, put my hand in. He was just sleeping. I'm like, oh my God. He must have gone down there because he goes down to the bottom when something startles him. And he probably was playing dead because the kitten was in there. So now the kitten is not allowed in that reptile room for now. Even though I think Mushu could eat her. And it was an accident she got in to begin with. Because I would say, aside from my tortoises, in here when they're in here for the winter, are all locked up nice and tight. But right now, if they were in here, she'd be able to walk in and out of their enclosure. So that's why I'm going to finish that up. 2 more need the sliding glass doors, and all doors will be on, and I can start bringing reptiles down. Then I can do like the fluffy stuff, the internal stuff as I go. You know, I'll just take the animal out while I fix their enclosure for a week or so, but I'll be able to get started on that upstairs room, which I think will help tremendously. And then I'll have an office for my YouTube stuff and my coffee with Q. A nice little office. Something I've always, because, you know, I've got 4 daughters. This is the first time that they've all left the nest, so to speak. Did I tell you about my grandbaby? Oh my gosh, I'd show you pictures, but she's not my baby to show off, so I'm not putting them on the internet. She's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, happy, healthy, gorgeous, gorgeous granddaughter. So now I have two, Zoe, who is 7 years old, and Valerie, who is 7 days old. And it's Zoe Ann and Valerie Ann, both after my deceased sister Ann, which is so sweet. Oh my God, it's so sweet. So my coffee's almost done, and I gotta make sure there's no questions or anything, because I don't think I was able to check the congratulations. Thank you. Iguana's named Judge and Jury. Oh my gosh. Okay, there are Chinese water dragons. They're not iguanas, but Judge and Jury. I love it. Judge and Jury.
How you like it? How you like it?
They're like, stop talking baby to me. Who said Danikin? What, is Danikin in the house? Did I miss Danikin? Also, John Wood. Oh, that's my brother. That's my baby brother. Whoa, that's my baby brother. Hey, Ness. John Wood. Yes, the name is Valerie Ann Fine. Fine. And she is a fine little girl, let me tell you. Yeah, I am so excited. Like, she brought her over the other day. She hasn't really taken her out. She's 8 days now. She's like, so cute. And she's using cloth diapers. So this tiny little baby with this big old butt, because Grandma got a big old butt. Say what? That's right. That's right. I'm okay with that. I don't care. But let's take another look at. Ah, that's my baby brother. That's John. John was, isn't that funny? He's John and I'm got John bag of donuts. Don't confuse the two though. So this is Judge and Jury. They will get to be a little over 3 foot, including their tail. If you can see how long their tail goes. Do you see it come down, up and over in the water? Yeah. See how messy? Oh my God. Okay, everyone is doing good, I assume. Yes, everyone is doing good. Katie is doing good. They were afraid they were going to do a C-section, but they didn't. She's doing good. The baby's doing good. John's doing good. And I can't leave out their cat because their cat is a part of their family. So, yes, they're all doing good. They're getting ready to move. So they bought a house. Horrible timing, but in this market, they do what they do. And they'll be moving in the beginning of August. So that will be exciting. Yeah, Judge and Jury. I love that. Oh my gosh, Bunny, I love that. Oh, look at he went in the water. Oh, I scared him. Here. See him over there? Hey, Ken. Oh, he's saying hi, Al. Hi, Kenny. Jackson Chameleons in college dorm. Oh, Camille and Leon. Oh, I love that. Get it? Chameleon. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Let's see if I can get it without the dirt. Look how beautiful. So I touched the top. Yeah, Katie's doing so good. I touched the top and the one jumped. That's what they do when they get nervous. They jump right in. This is Judge and Jury. Now I need one for justice. And justice for all. Yeah, I'm so proud of Katie. And oh yeah, I love these guys. I got about 100 conversations going on in my head right now. Isn't that funny? It is. But I did set up my saw. I don't know what time it is. Does anybody know if I'm not going over, right? I'm thinking it's been about 25 minutes. I want to make sure I'm off in time for the morning show. The aquatic morning show is coming up in a few minutes, probably 15, 20 minutes. I'm not sure what time it is. But we're going to head over there. I am going to be listening to it like a podcast, so I'm glad they say hi to everybody so I can hear who's in the chat. And then I can hear the conversations going on. Oh, my new grandbaby. I'm so thrilled. I have two now, two granddaughters. 9:32. Oh, thank you, Bob. Good. Good. Yeah, I couldn't be more on cloud 9. So when I start having a pity party for myself, I got to snap out of it, man. I can't. And here's the reason why. You see this? Just for today, I'm clean and sober, man. I can't afford to fall into pity party for no reason. This is just not acceptable. That just means I'm not, this is me personally, not you, me. I'm not counting my gratitude. I'm not checking things out. I'm not living in the dream. I'm not, living in the solution, which is what I need to do. And when I live in the solution and look at all the good that I have and not what I have not or am not, that's when I get a little bit off track. So I'm back on track. The bitch is back. Ooh. I had a water dragon in college too. Very messy as he's always crapped in his water bin. Yeah, that's why I wanted to keep this one right here, a flower bin. But then I'm going to have to figure out something with the 20 gallon that's in this enclosure for the Chinese water dragon. I put it right next to the opening so I'd be able to siphon it out. And I have this one filter and I have an air line that's coming up out here because it would also be sponge filter, but it's going to have a lot of water changes. But all this is going to be bioactive. So I'm going to have isopods. I'm going to have springtails, just so that there's no like mold, mildew, fungus, that kind of thing. Some other, I think some beetles. I get some beetles in there. So they'll take care of a lot of the poop. Right now, my Chinese water dragon, Mushu, upstairs, only goes in the one flower pot. So he's pretty consistent. They were in the house at the time. Holy smokes. My iguana saved me. They stole them. Oh my God. Hey, Rob. That's horrible. Bunny, that's horrible. I can't even imagine. I can imagine because I think about that all the time. Which is why I have all these gates in my yard, because teenagers, I don't know who did it for you, but teenagers do stupid stuff. And if they see turtles probably not, but if they see tortoises, they might just jump the fence to take the tortoise and think it's funny. And when they're done with it, let it go. Or worse yet, put it in a pond. Peace out, my fishy friends. Tell Katie Uncle John loves her. Uncle loves you. I will. Thank you, my bro. That's my baby brother, John Wood. That's my maiden name, Susan Wood. People are jerks. Yeah, they are, Kenny. I would grow up in my house. She would if she could, but she can't. Knock on wood. People would knock on my head. And the worst of all is Woody Woodpecker. Yeah. So, yeah. I go, oh, she's flat as wood. And you're so funny. Anyway. Bye, John. I'm so happy that he stops in. Once in a while, my other brother Glenn stops in. That's nice. That's a good feeling. But yeah, I can't imagine if somebody came in and... Because these animals, I mean, for some people... And I gotta say, it was me. When I was a mom, 4 kids, we had pets, but they were like... They weren't like my animals are today. Probably because the kids brought things home. I was, 4 kids, going to school, working full time. It just wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same at all. Oh, I would have cried and cried. Oh my God. I would think I would hope the same thing you did. Like if they wanted them that bad, they took care of them. That's what I would have. I would have had to think that, and otherwise I probably would lose my mind. Lucky wood floats as we drown. Wood floats. Oh yeah. Yep. My brother's nickname were Woody. Mine was not Woody. I didn't rate a nickname. And Woody was, I think we were called Woody before Woody was Woody. So I don't, Anyway, that's fun going down memory lane. I love watching these guys. Can you see them? I should somehow or another bring my phone down here so you can see what's going on here. I do love the Chinese water dragons. I'm glad you weren't in the house, though. Oh, my God. Could you imagine? Nope. My house was broken into once, and that was instantly came to my mind. Thank God none of the kids were home, and I wasn't home. But they trashed my house. I have many tanks. So who was it that I saw? Was it Brian Barczyk? Oh, Camp Kennan. when somebody broke into his backyard too and they did the same. That's horrible. That, like, how do people live with themselves? How do they go to sleep at night? How do they answer to their creator? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, karma, I mean, karma's going to happen, but I'm not always going to witness it. And sometimes that small part of me just wants to see it, justice happen, you know. Judge and jury. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love it. Judge and jury. My tortoise, 37 inches now, and 4 people needed to get him over the fence. Yeah, that is horrible, John. Did somebody try to take him? Yeah, I worry about that. I worry about that. So we fixed our yard so that people walking by can't see. Because originally, we had the back fence was only like 4 foot tall. So anybody walking by could look in and see. They saw me building, the waterfall. They saw me building the pond. They saw me building different enclosures. There's so much evil. So much evil. Ugh. But then we went and got a 6-foot privacy fence. And I put that up. And the guy that was helping me put it up, he says, you want me to take down this chain link fence? I'm like, no, I need as many fences as possible. It's not necessarily to keep the riffraff out. It's to keep my animals in. Because if they get past one gate, I want them to have to get past another gate. Which makes it so mysterious how I got a map turtle in my pond that didn't come from my map turtles. My map turtles aren't old enough to have eggs yet. They're like 3 and 4 years old. And how did it get in the big pond? Like, I could see if there's map turtle in this area, which there are, I'm sure. Laid them in my yard somewhere in the front yard. But they couldn't possibly get in my backyard because there's so many barriers. And how did this day-old, well, I'd say it's probably about 4-day-old baby turtle that I found, because there was no yolk sac anymore, so he's already absorbed the yolk sac, might have absorbed the yolk sac before digging out of the ground, find his way. Now the baby could have found the way to the backyard because it's not that secure, where a little tiny baby could have. Someone gifted you a turtle. I came from the heavens above, I say. Big city betas! Oh my God, this is my air hug. Oh, how are you? He dug under the fence. This little tiny baby, oh, carried by a bird. That could be, because I am also between a river and a canal. Could have been carried by a bird, but he could have dug his way in and found his way to the pond because he could have heard the waterfall. It is a mystery. And at first I thought, oh, it's a baby slider, because I got 2 sliders in the pond. And the more I'm looking at this baby, I'm like, that's not a slider. That's a map turtle, man. I can tell that's a map turtle. Yeah, big fence. So I'm working on that. I'm working on leveling off my porch, setting up different steps so that I have a little patio so I can actually sit outside on a floating deck and enjoy my pond and my pond life. I'm all right. Oh no, on a COVID vacation right now, slowly been sweeping through the kitchen staff. Did she say kitchen staff? Let me see. Like I can't get it. Through the kitchen staff at my new job. Oh, at my new job. Like my house. I'm going through the kitchen staff at my house, which is pretty cool. But I've been binge watching Downton Abbey. Carrie, I see you say hi, Carrie. Carrie, what? Where's Carrie? I would love another soft turtle. Yeah, I had a large one. Aw, there's Carrie. Hello, hello. Yes, I have a kitten now, 9 weeks old, and she is amazing. She brightens my day every day. I'm weaning her off of that soft canned food, and we're getting used to, because I was using up all my, still had some kitten food from the, I'm pointing like you can see my blue tongue skink. Because when they were under a year, they had kitten food. They still have cat food kibble, but now they're on gluten-free, no, wheat-free dog food. Yes, I did, Susie. Currently a sous chef at a local fine dine, that place. Oh, nice. I'm so glad you're happy there. Yeah. So, how many kittens do you have? How many cats do you have? You have some outside cats too, don't you? I think I made a decision. My kitten is going to be indoor kitten, and I'm getting ready to. She says, Carrie, I missed you, girly. Yep, I'm getting ready to take her to the vet. Obviously, she can't get fixed yet. A wet socks. Was in the house early on. So that's exciting. But anyway, I'm happy. It's a great morning. I feel bad I missed my Sunday. I miss Jacksonville. Jacksonville, Florida? Jacksonville, Florida? Is that what you're talking about, Bob? John and I are still talking about moving, but then when we saw like the Arizona area and stuff, it was 3 digits for almost 2 solid weeks. 115, 120. It's like, okay. Maybe there's something to be said about the northeast part of the country. Maybe. I just don't want snow anymore. I want to keep my animals out, but maybe that's just not going to happen. Who knows? But I got so much to do today. I can't wait. I got to start back up on my videos again. I can't wait for that. I just got to try to get settled down a little bit. Oh, yes. She is in Jackson. Okay. Jacksonville, Florida. Nice. So can I come visit Amber when I come down? I have 7 indoor, 1 outdoor lady who hates the inside. Too many cats. Do you have too many cats? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, way too many cats at this point. Okay. We have 7 older indoor dogs adopted a stray who can't integrate. Oh, poor baby. The 3 dogs are home, but I got this phone, man. I didn't even get to read the whole comment. Oregon would be a great place, Susie. My sister lived in Oregon. Aha, thank you. That's my invite. See how I invite myself, guys? Yeah, she was in Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon? Then she went down to, her husband was a state cop. If you said the name of it, I'd know it. It was beautiful there. You know what I would equate Oregon to? At least the parts I was in. It was very similar with the lush green, misty all the time. It was very similar to Ireland. And I don't know why I got that vibe. And then my sister took us down the coast. Let me tell you, the West Coast is nothing like the East Coast. I didn't see any sand. I saw rock. I saw rock and boulder, and I was like, we did get out of the car at one point just so I could put my feet in the Pacific Ocean, because I've only had my feet in the Atlantic Ocean. I live 40 minutes away from the Atlantic Ocean. So when we go to the beach, we go down to the beach. I go anywhere in the beach, but I stay away from Atlantic City, because apparently there's no beach at Atlantic City. It's just casino. At least as far as I know. That's why I stay away from Atlantic City. And I think I started staying away from Atlantic City when I started the fish keeping hobby, because at that point I had to make a choice. Do I want to blow my money on gambling, Texas Hold'em to be precise, or fish? Well, fish has won out so far every time, so another good quality of a fish keeper, right? At least this fish keeper. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I am so glad you guys came out and joined me. Thank you so much. Like I said, I was so upset that I missed Sunday and I missed Bob's stream with Dylan on it. Like, he's like one of my favorite peeps. You can be my neighbor, Q. I give outdoor tubs for moving gifts. Oh, I'm on my way. Missouri. I don't think I've looked at Missouri. I don't think I've looked at Missouri yet. My preacher's from Missouri. I don't know anything about Missouri. If you're ever in Ireland, you're welcome. Oh my gosh, that would be great. Yeah, we landed in on the West Coast, rented a car, which I drove, and it was a standard. So I was shifting with my other hand, driving on the other side of the road. oh my gosh, hysterical. Me and my friend Bernadette. And we went all down the coast, all the way up. We got almost to Dublin and went back. And we had a bed and breakfast. So everywhere, wherever we just drove until we stopped. And wherever we stopped, we looked in our book, approved bed and breakfasts for our plan. And then we had a huge breakfast and got on our way again and did the same thing. It was the same year my big fat Greek wedding came out because it rained so hard one day that we had to go into a movie theater to get out of the rain. I loved Ireland. Loved it. Oh my gosh, that was so, like, and that was that constant misting, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's raining, and they looked at me like, this isn't rain. I'm like, okay. Lush green, oh, the castles. We did a lot of touristy stuff too. It was awesome. You're up north in Belfast. Ooh, that sounds like fun. That would be an area of Ireland I never explored. I think that would be amazing. Thank you. I will. And Clara. Clara is in Ireland. I would visit Clara. Who else do we have in the fish family that's from Ireland? Oh, wouldn't that be great to go visiting all these different, well, you know, when COVID goes away, visit all these different countries and visit different fish fam? Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be nice? That would be nice. But I would need to hire somebody to come hang out at my house and take care of my animals. Because those are some long trips. Oh my God, but that sounds like fun. I love to think like that. I don't care if it's ever going to happen or not. I don't care. I can dream, right? Yeah. But anyway, my coffee's done. The Aquatic Morning Show is about to start. Let's head on over to there. And you can get an Aquatic Morning Show coffee mug if you're their sponsor. Wouldn't it be fun? It would be so much fun. It was so much fun. No, you're not going to get this coffee mug because this is my sobriety coin right here. See that? But you would get an Aquatic Morning Show coffee mug. I think it's the monthly sponsor thing. Danny and I are doing a fish fam tour of Australia in 2024. How great is that? You got to see Thirsty Rabbit. Thanks to you. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm going to live vicariously through you when you do that. My grandfather is from Roscommon, grandmother is from Israel. That would be great. Oh my gosh, see, wouldn't it be great to just go visiting people that you know you're never going to see at any fish event here unless, you know, they come, but that's bizarre. That is going to be awesome. I'm going to you better do like a live stream every day. Every day. Shoot tons of other videos. Oh my gosh. Can I come? Do you need an assistant to carry your bags? I've been watching Downton Abbey. I can be Danny's lady. I can be her, what do you call, lady, her maid. I can do that. Oh, that would be nice. Anyway, I'm going to dream about that as I'm cutting my wood and listening to the Aquatic Morning Show. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and looking at my little babies over there. The key is with luck is to stay away from all things that can kill you over there. Oh my gosh, it's got the best birds, the best reptiles, the best everything over there. Oh, Florida Adventures. That's within driving distance. I think it's 2-day driving distance. That I can do. I can't drive to Ireland. Can't drive to Australia, right? But I can drive to Florida. That would be fun. And then I could just, you know, obviously leave John home. And I'm sure he would take care of all the animals so well. Oh, now I got some fun things to think about. This is great. You guys are awesome. And I will see you over at the Aquatic Morning Show if I can remember how to turn off my phone. Oh, it's right here.